Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here. Welcome to my review for the DX GearDalinger Set from Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger. This is Twokaiser's changer, and this is the special set, much like with the original changer that comes with the buckle. If you just get this by itself, it will come with these two gears, and then this one comes with the buckle, I believe. So just be aware of that. But it's actually not that bad. You know, if you want to find out another way to get this, this is kind of a good way to go. But if you're a completionist like me, this is the set to go with. I'm going to go ahead and just go over the buckle real quick to get it out of the way. Obviously, it comes with the standard straps, which we all know how to use, but it is kind of left to the side for now. So I just have it unplugged because it took up more space with it. But it's basically the same one as the original, but just done up in this new red color. I actually kind of like it a little bit more, at least in terms of the toy. Like, I like the design of this buckle, I really do. I'm just not too keen on having to buy them, but I think this one looks a little bit better just because even though I like the design of this one, the gray on this looks kind of dull and boring, and at least the red on this actually looks kind of nice. It almost has somewhat of a shine to it, and the gold looks nice coming off of it. It also kind of reminds me of Red Kaisers, or Zenkai Red. I keep wanting to call him Red Kaiser. Then you open it up and you have storage space for these, and it actually gives you a fairly decent amount. Like, between the two of these, you're not going to be able to store your whole collection probably, but it's a little bit better than most of them, which will store maybe like 1 to 3 usually. So, you know, this is here nor there. It's kind of only for completionists that really want it, but otherwise you're probably better off just getting this one by itself and then finding other means to get this one. But now let's talk about the main event, the gears. But I'm going to go over the gears first just so I don't forget. So you obviously have this one here, which is based off of his Gokaiger form. It's different than the standard one because obviously you can see Goldkaiser. I keep wanting to call them different names. Twokaiser right here, but it looks just kind of like Gokai Red, but you can tell the difference when you have them side by side because he has the little 35 design there, and you can sort of see where his little antenna-esque thing goes up there. And then on the back, you kind of have that standard back symbol we've been getting. And then these are technically, you know, for O-Ranger and Shinkenger, but they have the little designs of his little mecha buddies that look kind of like Beat-em-on on there, which is kind of adorable and whatnot. And then on the back, you do have symbols for them, so that's what those look like. Standard quality and whatnot. Now, talking about this thing aesthetically, as you can tell, it's one of the most tame and basic changers. Oh, hi me. No, but it's one of the most unique changers. I mean, I respect the creativity. I really do. I think there's some really creative stuff going on here with the blaster and the sword, and then you got this wheel thing here because, you know, like on a pirate ship, you know. Do you want us to run a ground woman? But it's just a little much for me, if I'm being honest. Like, I like that we're getting creative with changers, and I didn't want them to stay the same for all time. But it'd also be nice if they looked like changers and not an out-of-control art project. And I respect the idea of this, I do, because the pirate wheel, the Gokaiger theme, and then it kind of goes along with the cranking theme of the original one, but it's just so big and cheap feeling, it's just too much, honestly. I was thinking about it right here, because this could kind of look like a revolver, and you could put like a turning thing here that kind of looked like the pullback from the Gokai gun, and then have it spin, and be like a tiny version, and make it more compact. I think that would be nicer. This is just a little much for me. I also want to point out that I feel like this general design reminds me of Beaten Stagbuster's changer. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but I feel like in addition to the ones he's based off of, he's got some other Six Ranger stuff going on. You got the name right here in kind of a cheap sticker, and then you have the blade mode here, which pops up when you press this, and you got the blade like that, which is fine. You know, it's nothing too special. It kind of looks like the top of the galleon, which is kind of neat. I'm a little disappointed that it doesn't have like a trigger gimmick to make it pop up. But thinking about it more, that would probably be dangerous if it flung up like this. But it's also a little bit boring that you have to do this. And it also doesn't do a tremendous amount for most of the voices. I guess the voices, but the sounds in general. But you know, I respect the creativity, but it's a little bit busy for me. And it also feels kind of cheap. Despite feeling really big, it feels a little cheaper than most Sentai changers I've got, especially the wheel. But I've prattled on enough about the design. Let's get to the sounds. Okay, so you turn it on right here. And if you did notice, that's a similar sound to when the Mobiritz turns on, which is a really nice touch. So, trigger sounds. And then when you hold it, it'll activate this. And then if you go like this, if you keep doing that long enough, it'll set itself off. Ah, thank you. But you can also just manually activate it. And then put up the sword, and you get some slashing noises. So you do get some motion activated sounds, but unfortunately that also just makes a blasting noise. Okay, but now for the gears. Let's start with the main transformation. So this basically looks identical to the mechanism and even the lid on the main changer. But pop this open. And then you can activate that sound. And this will happen if you do that, but it'll just keep making this kind of lowering noise. But then spin this. So you can activate it that way, or you can just do this. And then okay, now let's turn this around. So you can see you can get the noises from both modes. Okay, now let's move on to the others. So we'll do Shinkenger first. Just to show you. Oh, almost forgot. We gotta be authentic. And just to show you one last time that you can activate it both ways. And now let's do this other one. Alright, now let's flip it. Okay, now let's go on to O-Ranger. Little Pharaoh-y, I guess. Okay, now let's flip him around. Okay, we get it? Okay, so now we'll just quickly take a look at a couple of the gears from the main changer in this, and then vice versa, because they make very similar sounds. So first we have the Zenkaiger one, or Zenkaiser one, excuse me. You can put this down. No need for the pageantry. Alright, flip side. So then you get the same sounds for that. And then I'm just going to do one for the others, the robo forms, because they basically have the same sounds. So I'm just going to use Juran for this. So it'll just say Zenkaiger. So you can see that. And then we'll flip it. Okay, now before we move on, I am going to bring in the main changer and show the new gears on it. Okay, here we go. So it just says new hero. Then of course there's this one. Alright. Okay. Now we'll move on to O-Rangers. Kind of scared me a little bit. Alright, last but not least, Shinkenger. It's like the most aggressive shushing of all time. Shh! Alright, now let's get on to the final verdict. Okay, so overall, I feel like I have mixed thoughts on this changer. It certainly has some fun with it, and I like some of the functions, and I think it's unique. Like I said, I respect the creativity with it. And I do like some of the little sounds and details that are in it, like the Mobirit's theme, the more Gokaiger sounding voice. But at the same time, for me, it feels a little bit cheap and a little bit too busy and cumbersome, even though I like some of the ideas with it. As far as a recommendation goes, I guess I would say if you like what you see here, I don't think you'll be too disappointed. I think it can certainly be a fun changer, and design is subjective, so if you really like the design, other than it feeling slightly cheap to me, I think you'll be happy with it. But that being said, it personally isn't my favorite. I don't hate it, but I don't love it, and I would just say if I had to recommend one, I would get the main changer. I personally had a lot more fun with it, both aesthetically and as far as function goes, and I think you'll be getting a lot more sounds with that as time goes on with your gears, but that's just me. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you can get notifications from my videos. DawsonRider, signing out.